7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Ukumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, redundant Arua Value Addition Facility finally gets a contractor. Luke Barakari engages subjects to promote peace. And new Hoima LC5 chairman receives threats for demanding for accountability of government funds. This and more in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. A very warm welcome to you, viewer, and you're most welcome to the NILE CAST only on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Our Central Division leaders have handed over the 8 billion value addition facility lying idle for over 3 years to Rahali Investments Limited after being commissioned by the President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, in October 2020. Frederick Jomaji has more.
Arua Central Division leaders have had 8 billion value addition facility that has been lying idle now for 3 years to Rai Investments Limited after being commissioned by His Excellency Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, the President of the Republic of Uganda, in 2020. The facility that has remained a white elephant with a lot of dust accumulated on the machines is located in Chongoloya Cell, a Wendere ward in Arua Central Division, and this is one of the great components of the 34.9 billion Arua main market built under the Market and Agricultural Trade Improvement MATIP 2 program. Tugundane Kaspat, the Director, Rai Investments Limited, while receiving the keys and the statutory instruments, pledges total commitment to work, ensure widening of tax base and production value chain addition in Western region.
This machine is going to create jobs. In fact, in closed door meetings, we assured your leaders that 75% of the jobs that will be created here will be for the people of Arua City. And in particular, Awindli ward, 75%. This machine will also generate some revenue to the city. It will increase the tax base of the nation.
The value addition facility that is expected to produce over 500 metric tons of cereals whose value will be added like the maize, sorghum, millet and rice per day, including 1,000 bags of fully packed value-added grains. Drakma Malik, the town clerk, Arua Central Division, says with the challenges of unreliable electricity, the contractor will be running the machines on a generator as government sorts the issues to do with constant electricity supply in the region.
Is the power, the electricity. Because yes, we are yet to be connected fully to national grid. The other second challenge is the raw materials. So these are short-term challenges, I think, together.
Nadia Idi Hassan, the female councillor in the ward, encouraged leaders to disseminate information on the facility that is not functional as of now.
Concerns were farmers are raising that they produce a lot of products, but they have no value added to it. So the products end up either getting rotten or they're sold at a cheaper price because they don't want it to accumulate in their stores. And so for that, I want to encourage you to tell you that your fear that there shall be maybe limited raw materials and so on shall be covered.
Whereas Musaid Kemis, the mayor of Arua Central Division, emphasizes on transparency in running such huge government investments to avoid mistrust and wastage.
This is Uganda, and I want to say next time when we are doing things, let's follow protocol. Let's avoid the issues of doing things behind. It is one key area that caused almost this program.
The Deputy Resident City Commissioner, Arua Central Division in Arua City, Ezamaha Muzamil, warns the contractor over sabotage.
This is an initiative by President, and we are representative of the President. We don't want corruption here. We don't want dubious politics here.
Constructed by China Hompai Food Machines Uganda Limited in the years between 2018 and 2020, the value addition facility is connected to a generator as its standby main power shows at the moment. Frederick Tamadri, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. In a bid to bridge the gap among the subjects and the neighboring tribes, the Luke Barakari on the 26th of October 2023 called a number of stakeholders for a meeting to discuss the means of promoting peace, reconciliation and peaceful coexistence. Farish Majid has more.
The Luke Barakari's institution yesterday on the 26th of October 2023 convened the various clan heads, political leaders and the clergy plus other stakeholders to discuss and forge ways of promoting peace, reconciliation and peaceful coexistence among its subjects. The meeting that took place at Hotel Le Confidentiel in Arua City was intended to discuss and promote peace and also to talk about climate change, which has since become a global concern. This follows the recent tribal and boundary fights that have been witnessed in the region, causing tension and bloodshed, for instance the border fights between Mariokolo and Terego district. Nahori Oya, the former resident district commissioner for Greater Arua, attributes the boundary fights to colonial eras while drawing the boundary lines. Dr. Swaib, the resident district commissioner for Mariokolo district, is however of the view that boundary tension between Terego district and Mariokolo is just as a result of misconception of the boundary lines by the two tribes, which he says has also been fueled by some political heads.
To begin with the issues of the boundaries, what is causing conflict with the boundary is ownership of land. People still think when the boundary is here, you don't have the right to own land the other side. No. If you are in Teregu and your land stretches into Ribo, that's still your land.
Yes.
If you are in Ribo, your land stretches to Oriama, that's still your land. So the administrative boundaries do not alter land ownership. That's one thing that we must make very clear. And the leaders, if you don't have enough
information. The Information Minister Luke Barakari says that the institution is intervening to address the conflict in time before the matter escalates out of hand.
As a cultural institution, we had earlier on had engagements on the issue of the killings in Tika, and during that engagement with clan leaders, we got to realize that there was a second tension of administrative boundary between Terego and the Mariokolo district that would somehow it hadn't gone deep among the clan leaders as a major issue, but there was active campaign, especially from the political leadership, to buy in the clans to support on either side. So it was a misunderstanding of political boundary, administrative boundary, associating it with the cultural boundary. So it's as if every time you have an administrative boundary of Terego entering Mariokolo, that land now belongs to Terego, or when the administrative boundary of Terego enters Mariokolo, that land no longer belongs to Terego, but it belongs to Mariokolo. And that's where the fights have been. I think for us it was petty, but we really noticed that if it is not addressed now, when the clans buy in, then it will become a conflict between the Madi people and the Terego people.
Saka Wilfred, the LC5 chairperson Terego district, says that the cultural institution has a great role to play in conflict resolution and peace building.
All the generation and the youth, they have a lot of roles. Two, they have a lot of roles to play in the sphere of hosting business. First of all, there are many cultures that interact. They have a responsibility to protect the local culture. They have a responsibility to guide how interaction between among the different cultures should be. So that is the responsibility they have. They have conflict resolution responsibility. Just exactly what the questioner raised, the 10 or 12 is who were killed in Kika. That is the responsibility to manage that situation. How do they manage it? There are cultural guidelines that are followed. What our ancestors practice, what our elders now practice, we follow that procedure. How do you cleanse? Because if killing has happened, that means it is a terrible thing. There must be cleansing. There must be the spirit of retribution, and so all those they must be able to accommodate them and manage them. And that's where they are very simple.
Aluma Habib, Secretary Uganda Muslim Spring Council West Nile region, says that religious leaders can play a vital role in supporting cultural institutions in addressing issues of conflict and peace building.
So we are there in the fight. We shall do a lot of advocacy. We shall do a lot of preaching, and we shall do a lot of appeal to our people. First of all, religion stands for love, and if there is love, there is no room for fighting over land.
Border conflicts still remain a challenge, and the conflicts have also been witnessed between the locals and the refugees at the settlements. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, NILE CAST. The Lubara Cultural Institution yesterday on the 26th of October 2023 convened the various clan heads, political leaders and the clergy plus other stakeholders to discuss and forge ways of promoting peace, reconciliation and peaceful coexistence among its subjects. The meeting that took place at Hotel Le Confidentiel in Arua City was intended to discuss and promote peace and also to talk about climate change, which has since become a global concern. This follows the recent tribal and boundary fights that have been witnessed in the region, causing tension and bloodshed, for instance the border fights between Mariokolo and Terego district. Nahori Oya, the former resident district commissioner for Greater Arua, attributes the boundary fights to colonial eras while drawing the boundary lines.
And more in our stories, the political leaders, technocrats and the Wananchi in the Central Division, Arua City, gathered at the Arua Public Primary School Hall to attend the division's financial year 2024-2025 budget conference. Osuta Yusuf has more.
The political leaders, technocrats and Wananchi in Central Division, Arua City gathered at Arua Public Primary School Hall on Friday 20th October 2023 to attend the division's financial year 2024-2025 budget conference. Central Division Arua City Town Clerk Malik Drakoma decried the non-registration of businesses in the city.
1% of our population that is doing business in all the sectors are still in the formal sector. We are doing well. Private sector is doing well. However, 51% of our businesses are still in the informal sector. When you talk about the informal sector includes most of our businesses, the 1% of our businesses are not registered. So what does this mean? They are not registered. They are just like good motorbikes that you buy without knowledge. I'm sorry I need this. If wife don't make it. You want it. You are always there. If you car, market this car, you don't get registration. If you start sitting on land that does not possess title, it's yours. So that is the biggest challenge we are facing in this country. And why have people not registered? If you ask, why are people? Because we have Bureau of registration. We have full-fledged department of trade commerce that has the work with going to fair taxes. But if you fair taxes, you will risk people. So what are we saying? We are saying that if our businesses are registered, by the way, it's not only the economies we talk about. Even there are some schools, there are some private schools, land institutions, they are not registered. So where are we? If you are fully registered, you will have full ownership of your business with clear right of picture as opposed to unregistered businesses, not different from unregistered either that.
The planner for the division, Abdallah Muhammad, while warning those with unregistered businesses, said they now have the units and personnel who can be able to handle issues, planning and budget issues. He says they are going to set up a tribunal for those who are not satisfied with their businesses' assessments to appeal it.
Official registration, no business for you.
Peace Ushaki, Osuta Yusuf, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, Uthman Mubaraka Mugisha, the newly elected LC5 chairman for Hoima district, has revealed that he has been facing threats from anonymous individuals urging him to cease supervision of certain government projects. Mugisha's claim has raised concerns over the possible irregularities in the implementation of these projects, prompting him to call upon the State House Anti-Corruption Unit and the Office of the Auditor General to conduct a thorough audit. Addressing Hoima District Council in his first official session since taking office, Mugisha, however, said he's determined to ensure that all government funds allocated for the projects in the region are used transparently and efficiently. And more in our stories, the head of the Public Service and Secretary to the Treasury, Lucy Mbonyi Nyakobe, has ordered that the embattled Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Trade, Geraldine Sally, be reinstated to her office. Nkobe states the directive comes straight down from President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, dated the 22nd of October 2023. Sally was thrown out of her office a few weeks ago and replaced by the ministry under the Secretary Oyo Ndama, following the orders from the Secretary to the Treasury, Ramadan Ngobi. And that, viewer, marks the end of the Nile Cast only on West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for being with us from the beginning of the Nile Cast to the end of